And skills over politics. He'll figure Helly Hansen and Prada kicks. Infinite perfectionist of the supreme alphabet. Triple stages of darkness, enlightening 85ers with the beautiful science manifestation of the 5%. Mama's in the kitchen preparing a hot pot of.
So, for the Medina area, for the New York area, they already knew that these lessons would be used as a programming modality. Okay, because unfortunately, and it hurts my soul to say it, that's what it was made for. Okay, the knowledge itself was not made by these motherfuckers. The knowledge itself came from the Great Mother. Please believe that. Please know that. But the way they arranged it, right, it was meant to lock us in to a control grid, a 360-degree control grid that locks in a certain level of consciousness. When you have a certain level of consciousness locked in, you can also pinpoint these people. You can pinpoint the hive within these people. You understand what I'm saying? So where no matter where these particular gods and earths went, you knew them based on the language, based on the linguistics. No matter what, no matter if they was in Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Jersey, Connecticut, Philly, whatever. All they had to do was say a few of the buzzwords to you, maybe over a phone tapped conversation where the feds listening because two drug dealing ass niggas and shit having a conversation trying to use the God language. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's that or whether they're using it as MK Ultra programming, like how Papoose has been using that shit on claressashields. Okay? And when it comes to Coach Calvin, he's using the same linguistics on Rashawn Rock. The only difference is instead of using the Nation of Gods and Earth linguistic script, he's using the Christian, he's using the religious Christian Yahwehan script. He's programming her mind through the religious scripting, you guys. Okay? And I went through all of that, you guys, because like I said, this is the programming stage. And I need for things for people who hear this, who receive this information, I want you to receive it from the heart. I want you to be able to try your best to receive it with a clear picture and a clear image of this. Okay? It will help you to understand and be able to see the nature of these celebrities' relationships and their interactions with each other and their purpose and why they're moving like this. Why are this person together? Why are they moving like this? Why are they saying this? Why are they doing this? Why are they going there? You see what I'm saying? It all stems from somewhere and it's all a part of the programming. Okay? So Papoose, he came out of the Medina Linguistic School. Let's be clear. The New York Medina Linguistic School, because he was a so-called 5%er with the Nation of Gods and Earth, right? You know, which at that time when Papoose was doing his thing, they were in conjunction with Prince Hall Masonry, okay, or as you guys call it, Masons or Freemasons. The Freemasons were more or less the at that time, and even now, the Masons were kind of like the handlers, if you will, or the programmers for the 5% nation. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. And once hip hop started, going in like that, early 90s, mid 90s, the majority of these niggas in rap who was speaking the God language and who was talking about 5% of nation guys and earths, at that time, they were already sworn in as Prince Hall Masons, as Prince Hall Masons. So yes, these guys were Prince Hall Masons / 5%ers at the end of the fucking day. Okay? Because all these 5% niggas, okay, in New York, like that, in the rap industry and entertainment and all of that, they were reporting, like I said, to their higher ups. And some of them could have been Masons as well. Some of them could have been, you know what I'm saying? Some of them could have been 5%ers as well. Like pure 5%. But in order for them to be the middleman or the gatekeeper, you guys. I'm talking about the guys who were the Masons, who were handling the rap niggas, who were the 5%ers, who they turned into the Masons. So you had the 5%ers. I mean, you have the Prince Hall Mason guys, who were the original 5%ers, who went out and recruited, right? The hood niggas and other men, and then the rap industry, this, that, and the third, right? And made them Masons, right? But they made them the 5% aspect of Freemason, meaning that they would hide the fact that they were Masons. Don't talk about it. The only way you're gonna show your allegiance is in your fucking hand signs. You're gonna throw up your hand signs in your fucking videos and your magazine shoots or whatever. Make sure you flag, right? And let the order know that you are serving. That you serving master. That you serving your master with no problems and no interference. You might say this. You might say black power. You might say fuck these crackers. You might say the beast of these crackers is from the Caucasus Mountains. Fuck these white motherfuckers. Whitey must die. Whatever. You can say all of that shit all you want to on your records, or your movies, or whatever. Public Enemy. You can get your Public Enemy on all you want to. You can get your Bahamadia on and your KRS on all you want to. But at the end of the day, you motherfuckers better throw up that goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You better throw up your goddamn hand signs. You better throw up your pyramids and shit like that. Your Baphomet sign and all of that. You better take a picture in front of them bricks or them black and white floors. You better do that. Keep talking your little knowledge. Keep dropping all your knowledge, but just know who the fuck you answer to. That's how that goes. Okay? With these rappers and shit. Okay? So, when you speak about Papoose hooking up with K Slay, right? Who brought him into the game? You see? K Slay was very instrumental in the beginning stages of Papoose and Remy's career. Okay? He was there at the inception of their career. And K Slay, for those who don't know, right? He was actually a grand master. Not the whole time, but K Slay had been in the music industry, in the rap industry, right? For a very, very long time, since the 70s. Okay? Since the late 70s. All right? Early 80s. K Slay had already taken his oath because he was actually in a group himself at one time. He was already circulating and vibing all around the industry like that, making connections, doing the whole getting up with other DJs, shit like that, doing this, that, and the third already. So about time K Slay got to Papoose, right? K Slay was already put in positions to recruit other niggas, up and coming rap dudes, right? To make sure that you are a gatekeeper for the rap niggas and the rap people, females, whoever who were already currently in the industry. You see, as a gatekeeper, you see some suspicious shit pop off, K Slay, make sure you let us know. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you show these new niggas the ropes who coming in. These big L niggas, these Papoose niggas. You see what I'm saying? These Cassidy niggas, shit like that. These Mike Geronimo type niggas who could rap. They come in, but you know they probably not gonna be that big like that, because you know what I'm saying. They rap skills is thorough, straight from the streets and all that. They may not make it big like that. You see what I'm saying? But we still gonna bring them in to see what we could do. You see, we still gonna bring them in because we might have other jobs for these niggas, other use for these niggas. If anything, they could spread. They could spread our, you know what I'm saying? They could spread the hip hop gospel. They could spread the hip hop gospel and shit like that. The gospel of doing drugs, right? Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Right? Method Cal. You see what I'm saying? Or mafioso rap and shit. Right, Capone and Noriega. Right, Mob Deep. You see what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, killing niggas and robbing niggas and you know what I'm saying, and molesting chicks and molesting children and all that, right, Biggie? You see what I'm saying? They still needed, you know what I'm saying, for this, this debauchery. They needed for the debauchery to make sure that it would continue to be fresh and stay pushed until pushed on our young people. Okay? And it never stopped. They just switched it over to this dumb mumble shit. Nowadays. You see what I'm saying? This dumb shit. This extra stupid, goofy, dumb shit. Okay? But the agenda is still in effect. Don't ever get it fucked up. So you have gatekeeping niggas like K Slay. Rest in peace. Who was always there for the underground type niggas. Making sure they take their oath, making sure they stay in line. And Papoose was one of them niggas. And Remy was one of them niggas. Okay? Yes, she had an affiliation with Terror Squad and all of that type shit. Alright? We're not going into that. I'm just saying all of this to say, when it comes to Papoose and Remy meeting early on through K Slay, right? I believe that they came through a circuit because people like, of course, K Slay wasn't the only gatekeeper / DJ. He wasn't the only one. You had Gotti, you know what I'm saying? You had Grandmaster Flash. You had Red Alert. You see what I'm saying? You had DJ Clue. You had a bunch of them. Fat Five Freddy, you had a bunch of them, okay? But I'm just speaking about, since we're speaking about Papoose, Remy, claressashields, and all this and that, then this is what we staying at. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at. So, the side, what should I call it? The side groups or affiliations, right? They would have this homosexual, transgender, right? These homosexual transgender societies, okay? By way of the Prince Hall Freemasons and the Eastern Stars, members of the Divine Nine, those who were in early hip hop that came from these particular orders of the Divine Nine, Eastern Stars, Freemasonry, Prince Hall Freemasonry, and some of the other societies, right? These were like the sub-societies that they had. Okay? Because you have to remember that once they started letting these niggas, once hip hop started becoming mainstream, around the LL Run DMC era, around that time, niggas was taking them oaths then. Okay? Niggas was signing them contracts and taking them oaths. You see what I'm saying? Once this beat started getting involved, right? Once this beat started getting involved heavy, I meant to say. And once these rap niggas start coming in and seeing the other affiliations that was incorporated into hip hop and what was going on at that time, like the mafia, right? Child sex trafficking, global corruption, racketeering, money laundering, okay? All types of shit, underworld, drug dealing, pushing weight. When some of these rappers used to talk about pushing weight, moving weight and all this, and how they, you know what I'm saying, moving all this money globally and boats to state to state, let me tell you something. The majority of these niggas were fucking lying. The majority of these niggas who used to say this shit in their raps, they never did that shit. A lot of these niggas never moved nothing on the block before they got a record deal. But guess what? A lot of these niggas became drug dealers once they got their record deals. Real shit. A lot of them became drug dealers once they got signed. A lot of these drug dealers, a lot of these rap niggas only got signed to be drug dealers. Let's be clear. Because if you are famous and you have a famous face, okay, it'll be way more easier for you to be able to move shit. See what I'm saying? So you get where I'm going with this. Some people might say, no, it don't get easier because people can see what you're doing. Listen. I'm not going to go into the whole infrastructure on how this shit go. But those who know, you know. So some of these niggas who was talking about that, who don't look like they probably, in the early 90s, in the late 80s, early 90s, yeah, a lot of these niggas was really about that life, doing that shit, but they was only doing it, you see what I'm saying, based on these mafioso type of these, you know what I'm saying, the federal government, they were like federal government drug dealers. Let's just say that, okay? Anyway, so with these types of I feel like I'm doing a hip hop secret society lesson. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now, but I'm not. Just stick with me, guys. I promise this is connected to what I'm. I already know I have to do a part 2 to this shit. I already know that because I'm supposed to talk about this shit on the surface level, and I'm not. But I promise I will. I promise you it will be. You see. But I still have to do what I gotta do, you guys. But anyway, so where are we? So now that you have this thing, this new hip hop is kicking off, and it's starting to, hit the big stage now, all on the radio, all of the videos now, all this and that, right? A lot of eyes on hip hop. You need levels of secrecy now. You see. You need oaths and secrecy, and you need things to blackmail motherfuckers and shit. You need to tighten up on the control mechanisms. You see what I'm saying? That's in this shit. So, yeah. Well, now once you come into, they made it as to which once you come into the game, the hip hop game, or the music industry in general. Yeah, you're going to have to take some protocols. You're going to have to go through some shit, take some oaths, do some rituals, do this and do that. Because they know once you come in that you will, whether you down with it or not. Most likely are going to see some shit that you never thought you would ever see. You're going to see some niggas fucking each other. You're going to see some rap niggas bending over for other niggas. You're going to see some child sex trafficking and all types of fucking debauchery going on, rituals going on. You might see some bloodshed or or baby unalive and blood drinking and all types of other crazy fucking sodomite type shit going on. You're gonna see that. And what you're not gonna do is go and start running your mouth to the public. That's what you're not gonna do. Because if you do, guess what? Yeah, they're gonna put that tape out. You know what I'm saying? Of you getting your asshole blasted out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen to your ass. You see. So whether these guys, these rap dudes, whether they already had gay tendencies already, or whether they just, you know, their manhood got violated so bad that they probably started liking that shit. You got some of these rap niggas who got violated coming in the game, got their asshole banged out, got straight violated in the game by one of these execs or one of these gatekeeper niggas. You know what I'm saying? Violated so fucking bad. Shit, some of these niggas probably started liking it. Cause you got some gay, you know what I'm saying? There's gay niggas out here. We done found out about a lot of gay niggas. Rap niggas we found out was fruity and shit and couldn't believe it. When I found out that Eric Sermon was gay, I'm like, what? And yeah, I said gay. Because let me tell you something. If you a man and you like transgender women, I don't give a fuck what no one says. You're gay. It ain't no such thing as no bisexual man. Get the fuck up out of here. There's no such thing as a bisexual man. You're either a heterosexual man or you're gay. That's it. So that's why I say that. Diddy is gay. Eric Sermon is gay. Mr. C gay. Busta gay. Usher gay. Fuck out of here. Fat Joe gay. Like, so anyways, when you see these dudes, you know, like I said, yeah, when I first found out Eric Sermon was, you know what I'm saying? It hurt, it broke my heart at the time. Like, what? Well, you know what I'm saying? When I found out that goddamn guru from Gangstar, I'm like, what? Nah, somebody lying. No, not the God. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not the Nation of Gods and their rapper guru. Nah. And we was getting all the tea on that. It wasn't rumors. We was getting all the tea on this shit. And it was around that time I realized this shit is not what we thought it was. And I also learned that these rappers, these singers, and these celebrities are nothing. Are absolutely fucking nothing to uplift, to be proud of, to honor, to salute, or to praise, or give any importance to whatso fucking ever. Because once you enter into this world, you have a choice. Once you enter, you may not have known what you were getting into going in. You may not. But once you get in there, if fear made you continue to do the sodomite shit that you had to do to maintain your position, then you're a piece of shit. And I don't feel sorry for you, because you all had the opportunity to fucking walk away. Some of these motherfuckers walk away. Some of them remained because they were scared that if they did, that they shit would be found out, that they gay sex tape would be leaked. You see, or they would lose their life or whatever. You see, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You sacrifice your manhood. I don't respect that. I don't give a fuck. You would have had to take my life. I'm sorry. Ain't no fucking way. Or I'm gonna take yours. I'm just saying, let me move on. I don't want to get, whatever. So they set up this infrastructure of secrecy, a secret order, secret society. And as you moved on, everything remained low key. Low key, low key, low key. Okay? In the fucking industry like that. Everything low key. You see? There was a long time where there was a time we didn't know about the blood sacrifice. We didn't know about the sex parties. We didn't know about this shit. A lot of times. Right? So you have these dudes who come in. Right? And they create these subgroups, like I said, right? Because you do have niggas who come in who consider themselves, on the DL. That's what we called it back in the day. You would say bisexual, but they consider themselves. But these niggas was DL. You see what I'm saying? You had these rap niggas that was DL shit. You know what I'm saying? They be screwing and sucking and fucking and shit at these industry parties or whatnot, getting it in. But then they be all hard in the video. You know what I'm saying? They be, sagging with their pants on. You know what I'm saying? With the Timbs and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, with the shoddy, this, that, and the third, and all this and that. Trying to act all hard and tough and all this. But at the video shoot, these niggas, they getting their shit pushed back by another dude. You see. So yeah, they had circles for this shit, gay clubs for this shit, and all of that. And I spoke in a previous video how they even started having a circuit, whereas these transgender bitches started hanging around them, who started, they would sometimes the labels would even pay for a lot of these transgender women, pay for their surgery so they could look even more like females. So these rappers could have partners and chicks and girlfriends and ride or dies and all of this shit. That way, to the public, they got their chick, they got their ride or die chick, they wifey and all this and that. But behind the scenes, they still getting their still getting their ass waxed up by that transgender woman, because she still got her shit. She still got her shit. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. She still got her shit and all that. Under that Chanel skirt. You know what I'm saying? Under that Adrian Benedetti skirt she got on and all that. She got her package still there. You see? Like that, straight like that. Some of these rap niggas had their little club spots where it would just be them. You see what I'm saying? It'll just be them and other bisexuals in different industries, like in sports and acting and shit like that, politics and all of that. Where they fucking each other and keeping their secrets. You see what I'm saying? Guess what, you guys? These fucking little sub societies are still in existence. They're still in existence, and they're still here, and they still support each other, and they still protect each other, and they still hook each other up with jobs and photo ops. They still hook each other up with ghostwriters. They still hook each other up with little features and you know what I'm saying? And DJs and shit, or producers. If you down and out on your luck, you might could get, you know what I'm saying, a certain producer to still hook you up and shit like that. So let's just say if you somebody like Papoose, I'm just giving you guys an example. Okay? I'm just giving an example, you guys. Let's just say if you, hey, this is all alleged. I'm not accusing anybody at this point. I'm giving a scenario. I'm not accusing anybody at this point. Let's just say if you somebody who's like a Papoose, right? And let's just say that maybe, you see what I'm saying? That you DL with your shit like that. Let's say that you're not, let's just say that this Papoose figure is not transgender, right? Let's say in this case, the Papoose case may be that of, you know what I'm saying, DL. And I'm not accusing him of anything, you guys. I'm using this as an example right now. Okay? So let's just say that Papoose in this particular case would be, you know what I'm saying, a DL nigga. Okay? And for the sake of this example, bisexual nigga, right? Hiding from the masses. You see what I'm saying? But he's not hiding from let's just say he's not hiding from his woman though. Because, the rap chick he was put with and shit like that. She in the same club. See what I'm saying? Let's just say his rap chick is Remy. She in the same club. Let's say that she's not she's not moving out here like a transgender, but let's say she's moving out here like a dyke or a gay chick or whatever, right? See what I'm saying? Or let's just say they both together, they both put together playing the role of each other's beards. I know you guys know what a beard is. A beard is somebody who's placed in a relationship with someone else who's gay. But they're playing as the lover, as the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the spouse of that person. So the public won't think, or so the public won't think or continue to think that that person is gay, because you'll see that person, you know what I'm saying, with the opposite sex. You see what I'm saying? That's what a beard is. Hollywood use beards and like water. Okay? They use beards like water. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, beards are the predecessors and the prototype. You see what I'm saying? For these fake relationships. Whether you're gay or not. You see what I'm saying? The beards are the predecessors to this shit. To that shit. Of fake relationships. That's the birth of fake ass relationships, because they adopted the same system that the beards were using, having some fake shit to trick the people. You see? Okay, so let's say you got Papoose, who's the bisexual, who in this case, as an example, is the bisexual DL nigga, right? And so he'll be put together, or he'll be coupled with a DL chick who's you know what I'm saying, who she's just a straight dyke, but she need to be paired with somebody. You know what I'm saying? She need to be paired with somebody. So, at that time, that she don't want the chicks to think that they don't want the chicks to think that, oh yeah, she a dyke like that. You know what I'm saying? Because being a dyke at this time, we're not ready to we're not too comfortable with it being out like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and give her a nigga, and let's give him a chick, right? Let's keep it on the low though. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, you have, what I'm saying, let's say you have a dude like that, like Pat, right? So he tried to get a record deal. Let's say this Pat dude tried to get a record deal at one point. It didn't pan out for him for whatever reason, right? Years go by. You know what I'm saying? He just still remained the underground nigga, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be, right? But guess what though? If this dude Papoose, right? If back in the day, he was affiliated, or he gave his oath, or he is a Prince Hall, if he's a Prince Hall Mason, or if he is a part of any of these subgroups, right, with good standing and longevity, guess what? At any point or any given time, he can always turn back to any of his Freemasonic brothers, or any of the subgroups orders brothers, or any of his affiliates who are also a part of these subgroups, right? He can reach out to them at a whim for them to give him a dope ass beat, or give him some beats to rap over. You see what I'm saying? They'll hook him up with some beats. They might, you might have some producers or some directors who may shoot a little video and all this and that for you. You know what I'm saying? Off the strength, stuff like that. Little shows they might have. You might be able to get, little favors and stuff like that, or whatever, here and there, that the average underground rapper who's just coming out, you see what I'm saying, or who's new to the game, they may not get. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you have Papoose out of the blue. He has a connection to Busta Rhymes and shit, where, him and Papoose and Busta came together, did a little video with, his number one, with Papoose number one side chick, Khadijah. Okay, not Clarissa. Clarissa, might be the second, third side chick. But you know what I'm saying? His first side chick, according to Remy, his first side chick, you see, Khadijah. You know what I'm saying? She all up in the video. You see what I'm saying? With Papoose and Busta and all that. You see what I'm saying? How does someone like that? How does someone like Khadijah, who her music, in my opinion, is straight trash, is straight fucking garbage. You see? How does someone like that, you know what I'm saying, get hooked up with a Busta? Or even a Papoose, for that matter. You see what I'm saying? Busta may not be doing nothing right now in the music industry or whatever, But you see what I'm saying? You gotta have some connections for you to even get access to him still. I don't give a fuck what you doing or not doing. You have to have inside connections for that. And you have people, you got one hit wonders out here, you know what I'm saying? Or a bunch of unknown motherfuckers out here and shit who never really buzzed like that, who still can't get busted. You might got some underground rappers in New York right now who don't have no motion and probably ain't had no motion in 20, 30 fucking years. Still couldn't get busted, still can't pull buster to do anything. You have to be a part of these brotherhoods, a part of these orders. And once you are down with them, you are able to be protected. Your secret is safe, and you may have little connections. Now you might not be able to go all the way up to the top with these people, but you will be able to at least still use some of the sources. You see what I'm saying? That can get you somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Like a show on or like a love and hip hop show. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever, or some access to a couple Lifetime movies or something like that, or a couple videos here and there, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Little hustles like that, right?
Your phone storage again, full already.
So
Relax.
there are these subgroups. Okay, this is my point of going through what I just went through these last few minutes, you guys, is to explain to you the infrastructure of how subgroups work under the Freemasons. Okay? How the subgroups work under the Freemasons. You see what I'm saying? And I'm showing this and painting this picture for those who can't seem to figure out or understand how certain people, right, are able to be used as scripts, right, by the so-called elite, and be used to push agendas, even if they are on a small scale. You see what I'm saying? Someone like Papoose, yes. Someone like claressashields, yes. Someone like Branson and his daughter Khadijah, yes. And at one time, even Remy. Okay? They're able to do this because there are some inside connections. There's connections on every level. Okay, you guys? So this is important to remember. So I said I was going to be speaking about Papoose and claressashields and Remy's situation on the surface level. Okay? And a part of me speaking about this on a surface level is to give my understanding, like I was saying before, that I do believe that remyma was born a male. I believe that remyma is transgender. I've studied a lot of her photos and I've studied some things. Okay? I believe that Papoose was born a female. Okay? He has the hips going on. He has the ashy looking beard. I mean, not ashy, but the beard looks real like transgenderish beard. It looks like the beard that the transgender men has. The way it looks. The way it grows on, the way it looks. You see what I'm saying? His body proportions. Stuff like that. This is just my belief. I could be wrong, but this is my belief. And I think it's hard for people to believe it. I think some of the reason why it's hard for people to believe this is because these niggas, because people like, Papoose, Remy, they present themselves as being, the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the real ones, they thorough, they from the hood, they on that gutter shit like that, why would somebody like Remy, she's already acting like a boy, she's already kind of boyish like that, why the fuck would she, be a transgender like that, wouldn't she, if she was a male, born a female, wouldn't she try to be more prissy and stuff like that? Wouldn't she want to go total opposite of what a boy is? No, not necessarily, no. See, I had to study this shit. Not everyone who becomes a transgender is necessarily doing it to become masculine or feminine. Okay? It's not about them becoming masculine or feminine. It's about how they feel or how they have been programmed on the inside or how they see themselves. Plain and simple. That's like saying no different than an organic female who was born a female, yet she's walking around this bitch like how, you know what I'm saying? Like how I used to be. For the majority of my life, I was a tomboy. Jeans, Timbs, baseball caps, stuff like that. Organic all woman, honey. It took me a long time
Full already.
for me to start looking a little girly here and there, whatever the case may be. You see, I just like dressing like a dude a lot. I mean, then I wasn't like too bad with it, but I'm just saying that was just my style, right? I'm not attracted to women. I've never wanted to be a dude, nor am I attracted to women, or never have been. You see where I'm going with this, right? So it's not about the aesthetics, so to speak, you guys. Okay? When it comes to this whole transgender type thing. All right? So, yeah. I believe, that, they both knew this coming into this shit. There are videos on YouTube, you guys, from back in the day and to current time, right? Where specifically in New York that I went to go look for these particular videos, right? For the New York, New Jersey area, looking for transgender men and women who were young, okay? And I found a good bit of these videos, okay? I found a good bit of these videos. And there were a few, because there's like this show they have, I forgot what it's called, but one of the couples was a very young couple. Very young couple. They were in their very early 20s, okay? I think the video may have came out maybe 2-3 years ago or something like that. And when looking at them, you see the female, she was a guy. She was the boyfriend. She had her, I don't know. I don't remember if they had the sex reassignment surgery, but damn, the testosterone treatments was up to par. It looked like a straight dude. The beard, the titties gone, and with the surgery, that top surgery, titties gone, the beard, the muscles, this, that, and the third, and all that. Yeah, up there looking like goddamn. He was looking like goddamn. Fuck it, what's his name? G Herbo and shit. Looking like Waka Flocka or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the guy. I'm talking about the transgender man. Or whatever, right? Looking like Kevin Gates and shit. Another transgender, allegedly. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? But then the transgender, woman, you see the transgender woman up there, you know what I'm saying, looking like goddamn, you know what I'm saying, who does she look like again? Looking like goddamn Lotto or some fucking body, or goddamn Gina from fucking Martins type shit, looking feminine, you know what I'm saying, curves, all that. You see what I'm saying? And they living together, they playing their roles and shit like that or whatever, he playing, the transgender man playing his masculine, I'm the nigga, you know what I'm saying, I'm the man of the house type role. The transgender female, you know what I'm saying, playing her role. Yeah, I'm the lady of the house type shit. Yeah, that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? And they was looking the part, and they were mad young in their early 20s. You see? So the point of me bringing this up is to show you that yes, young people back in the day can start their transgender transitioning, you guys. Okay? No matter what age, they can start their transitioning.
Your phone
And
storage
yet
again.
also,
Full already.
and yes,
Relax.
urban areas like Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Jersey, Philly, Connecticut, places like that. Yes, in the hood, they're starting their transitions in these places too. Let's be clear about that, because I really feel like that could possibly be a block when it comes to believing, you know what I'm saying, our favorite rappers and urban type people really, being transgender and having the time and capacity to hide this shit. I really do believe like that, this is thought about, and believing this is a and believing that this is really a reality. You see what I'm saying? But it is a reality. It's always been a reality. Okay? So this belief of mine, it comes from the core of me, you guys. And like I said, I could be wrong. So what have I covered so far? That, in speaking any type of truth, right? Just in general, you guys. And speaking any truth, right? For me, it's more important to not be believed, so to speak. For me, it's more important to give clear understanding of the pieces that are needed to put the picture together. That's what matters to me, is providing the pieces of the picture, explaining those pieces, bringing them forward, breaking them down, and explaining those pieces, and then putting it together piece by piece. Okay? In their own right. That is what is important to me. Okay? That's what's important to me. And this is why I chose to, start from here, you guys, and break this down. Because I want to be able to help you with your visual. You see what I'm saying? To kind of like, deal with the programming that we've been under. You see what I'm saying? To help unravel the programming that we have been under by approaching. You see what I'm saying? By approaching certain things that need to be approached. You see? Certain thought forms that need to be confronted and approached, okay? Certain belief systems and questions, things that we may wonder about. They need to be brought to the forefront. And they need to be examined and explained, okay? Just so we can get a better understanding of what's going on the fucking world stage, right? Straight from the entertainment script of these fake motherfuckers, okay? So that's that. I'm gonna make a part 2 to this when we're gonna pick up where we left off, which is right here, right? And then we're gonna take everything that we have just experienced in what I was saying here, right? This wisdom, right? This transmission. In the next video, we're gonna take this transmission, you guys, right? And we're gonna use it as a container to put the pieces together, okay? To put the pieces together as to, right? The what and the why these people, right, are these particular people here that we're speaking about have been placed before us.
Your phone storage again.
Right?
Full already.
And what is the
Relax.
purpose of the surface level? What's the purpose of them blastering the shit other than to gain loot and, you see what I'm saying, and spread chaos? Other than that, what are these particular scripts and stories? How are these stories framing and molding the consciousness, right? The collective consciousness of our people, or people in general? Because these celebrities and all of their nonsense and all of their fake scripts and shit they're acting and all this bullshit they're doing and presenting to us. It poses an effect on the collective consciousness of the people who are actually invested into it. So what is it actually doing to the collective consciousness? And not so much of the grown people or adults, but the children. The children whose lives, whose very lives and consciousness are being molded right now in real time. Okay? All of this has to be considered, especially those who are steadfast and not waking the fuck up. Those who don't want to believe that this shit is scripted, that this shit is fake. This is the type of shit we need to be concerned about, if anything. Those who refuse to see it for what it is and want to keep living in the entertainment of it. At least be aware of how this shit is affecting not just you, but more importantly, your children, and the generations to come. Okay? So please like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Please share this, support the channel. I'm new here. I keep saying that. And I will be back again. So we're gonna finish this on a part 2, okay, you guys? So thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me here. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.